In this video, we're going to pick up where we left off in the last video, and we're going to fulfill and ship an order using what's called a warehouse shipment document, which is part of the WMS features inside Business Central. So just to take a step back, we're on our Roll Center homepage. If we go to our sales order list, we're working out of our SIM site right now, and you can see we have one released order in our SIM site. And if we open that up, we have 3 line items on that order: Colombian, Brazil, and Indonesian coffee beans with their respective quantities. And if we look at our, over here on the right, our quantity shipped is all 0 and our quantity invoiced is all 0 on each one of these lines. We have just, the sales order entry clerk has entered this order and submitted it or released it to the warehouse for shipment. And this status of released shows the warehouse that this needs to be handled. A warehouse shipment document inside Business Central is typically interacted with from a warehouse employee, and that warehouse employee can have a single sales order on it or multiple sales orders on the same shipment if they're consolidated and being shipped to the same location for a customer. There are several ways that a warehouse shipment can be created in Business Central. They can be pushed as part of the release process by the sales order entry clerk, thus creating a document for the warehouse to interact with. Or you can utilize a pool methodology where you generate the shipments from release sales order lines. And that's what we're going to do in this scenario. So I'm going to just look at my warehouse shipments, and I'm going to create warehouse shipments for a specific location. So if you look here, I can put in some parameters. I can create my shipments for the SIM location, and I'm only going to be using sales orders as the source documents. So when I run this, what it's going to do is it's going to look at all released sales orders that require a warehouse shipment, and it's going to generate one for me. And you can see it created one that's in an open status right here, number 5. So if I open that up, I'm going to see a single warehouse shipment that has 3 lines on it. And here's that one-to-many relationship where this can contain multiple orders. I have a source number down here that shows me which order these line items are coming from. Now, if I had a more complex fulfillment strategy for this location, I could create a pick to fulfill this sales order. However, in this scenario, we're just going to be using the warehouse shipment as the primary picking document. So at this point, I could go ahead and print out my warehouse shipment if I was working with paper in the warehouse. And this would give me a pick list that would show me not only the original sales order, but the quantity to be picked from the location. And if there were shelf numbers that I specified for these items, I could here. If I scroll down here to the bottom, I can see the shipping information that came over with the originating order. So I can see the shipping agent code is FedEx and standard. We're not going to be using an integrated shipping solution in this demonstration. I'm just showing you the nuts and bolts inside Business Central for fulfillment. Now, once the pick has been completed, the warehouse employee can come back to this screen and go ahead and modify any quantity to ship if there was a shortage found in the warehouse. I'm going to keep everything the same because we do have quantity in stock for all of these items. So I'm going to go ahead and keep those the same. Notice that the quantity to ship matches the quantity of the shipment on the line. So when I'm ready to go, I can go ahead and post this shipment. I do have the ability to go ahead and ship and invoice all line items that I am fulfilling here. But in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and post the shipment itself. And in this case, I have a lot number that I need to enter for item number 1002. This is a lot controlled item. So I'll go ahead down to this line item. I'll take a look at the back of the package and determine which lot I pulled. And that's specified on the item tracking lines. So I have a quantity of 8 that I need to specify a lot for. If I go ahead and click on the lot, I can see there is only one lot number that's in stock. There are 80 of them, and it's 1401B. So I'll go ahead and select that lot. Now I've assigned the lot number to the line, and I can go ahead and post the shipment. And you'll notice because that shipment was completely fulfilled, it is now removed from my open shipment list. Now that that shipment has been processed and shipped, I can go back to my sales order list. And you'll notice that on my order that we started with, it's still sitting here released. I did not post the invoice as you saw in the last step. But now I have a couple of flags here that has shown me that this order has been completely shipped, and the amount of the shipment is $668.80, which is the sum of the order amount. If this were a partial shipment, the completely shipped would be flagged no, and you would see the amount that has been shipped. This order is now ready for invoicing. If I want to look at this in a more granular fashion, I can drill into the order itself. And when I look at the line items, I can see if I look at my quantity columns, the quantity shipped on these lines are all updated from that warehouse shipment that we just posted. So on this first line, they had ordered a quantity of 12, and that quantity of 12 has already shipped. Note that it has not been invoiced yet. You see a quantity of 0 invoiced here, but this quantity shipped is now hyperlinked. So I can go ahead and click on this, and I can show exactly what warehouse shipment this was shipped on, and I can even go and look at the document itself. This concludes the fulfillment and the shipment process inside Business Central.